Hello, welcome to the Metaphysical Journey. My name is Michael, and this is a reading for the collective. This is a reading that is based on the number three. So I'm going to be pulling from three different tools of divination. That will include runes, cards, and cards are both tarot and oracle, and then also at the end, crystals. Before I begin this reading, I want to say that if you are currently going through a situation with your job, if you've been terminated, laid off, if you're one of my fellow federal workers, my heart goes out to you. We're in very challenging times right now. All of us are, whether you work for the government or not. It's a challenging time for our society in America and in many other countries as well. But I can only speak for what it's like here. I can tell you that the energy I feel from the collective is very dense. It's dark, it's heavy, it's filled with uh, a composite of fear, anxiety, uncertainty. It's just not as happy as it maybe once was. It's a very dark time for many people. And I'm so sorry for what the collective is going through right now. I can tell you it will get better. I believe it will. I have faith that it will get better. It's just right now it's a time of transition and change, and that is always hard. Remember that whatever you're going through, even though it's very personal to you, it is to everyone. But whatever it is you're going through, it is for a reason. There's a higher purpose behind everything. Whatever happens to you personally is truly for your highest good, even though right now it does not probably feel like it. It may feel like you're being punished, that you've messed up, any number of things. But these changes are happening for a reason because it's time. It's time not only for you and I to go through change, but it's time for society. It's for the world to go through change. And we're all feeling it. And for those of you that are really highly empathic, you're really getting hammered right now. It makes it worse because you're feeling all of this energy it's all around you, and it does impact what happens. So in this reading, what I went into this with, I went into there's a lot, I have a lot of heaviness right now. And I went into this with that feeling and asking my team, please lead me to some stuff that might provide some insight, some encouragement, some hope, just something that the collective can use right now. And I am part of that collective. So this is a reading for me as well. And that's when I was told to do threes. Three. Now, three is a number of of change, of progression, of growth, and that's truly where we are right now. It is a time of change. And whatever happens in your life with people, with situations, with jobs, it may feel like you're being personally rejected, and it doesn't feel good. But sometimes, and we've heard different people say this, sometimes rejection is protection. And in the end, you'll look back, hopefully, and say, that's one of the best things that ever happened to me. Because of that, I now am living the life that I'm living. And that caused me to have to make a change that I wasn't happy with what was going on, but I was comfortable. And that forced me to have to do something different. I had no choice. The choice was taken away from me, and I had to make a change. And my life is all the better now because of it. So that's my hope for all of us once we get through this period of transition that we're going through and societal changes. So I start first with runes, and I pulled three. I reached into my bag and just blindly chose three. And the first one that came out, this is a beautiful one. And this is Gabo. And this is the rune of gift or generosity. Now, what's interesting on this one is it also represents, friendship, harmony, talents and abilities, but it's really about the energy, the exchange of energy that takes place between the giver and the receiver. So what you're being offered right now, what I feel we're being offered, this is a gift. It doesn't feel like it. And with gifts, they can be accepted or rejected. It's up to us. And it may be, you may be getting a gift right now, receiving a gift that you're like, I didn't ask for that. And I don't want to accept that. I don't want to accept what's happening right now, what's coming my way. It doesn't feel like generosity to me, but you're really left with no choice but to receive it. And it may feel like a curse, but actually it's a gift, and that's what's in our energy right now. The second rune that came out is um Degas. And this one is it's about the rune of daylight. So that light at the end of the tunnel, that there is light all around us. This is a very good rune in any reading to get. It's always a great one to see because it represents success and hope. And more importantly, it represents a breakthrough. Again, it's seeing that light at the end of the tunnel. This is about transformation and balance. So there is success and hope all around us. The energy's there. We just can't see it. So the light is there. The third one that came out really plays right into it, and this is Kanaz. Let me get this right where it looks right there. Kanaz. And this is a beacon or a torch, a fire. This is the light in the darkness. So it shows up. So we have a gift, we have a breakthrough or daylight, and Kanaz is that light. So this indicates that there is a breakthrough. Again, I'll use that word. It's coming in some area of your life as a result of what's currently happening all around you. So this is the light at the end of the tunnel. These runes show that there is hope, definitely. And it also shows that this is certainly something that is divinely timed and divinely planned, not just for you, but for many people all around you. So you're not going through this by yourself, even though it feels like it. Energetically, we are all being impacted by this. So I want to start with Tarot, and I chose the Energy Dragon Tarot. This is a deck by Ibiza Tarot, and it's only found on Etsy, I believe. And the first card, I pulled three, so this is a reading of threes. I pulled three, and I want to read these all together. But the first one is the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands. And I chose dragons for the cards because dragon energy, to me, the way that I feel it, it's an energy of this courage and confidence that you're facing possibly one of the biggest foes of your life, one of the biggest challenges, and you need that confidence, especially when you're uncertain and scared about what's happening, what's going on around you. You don't know. And you need this confidence and courage. And that's where the dragon energy comes in. So the Two of Wands, this is showing what this energy is the Ten of Wands is that you're just feeling very exhausted, beaten down, oppressed, that you have no say anymore. Now, because it's the 10, that's actually a positive thing because it means it's coming to an end. It's taking you a while to get to where you are right now. You had to go through the ace all the way through the nine to get to the 10, right? So you've gone through that progression, and now you're at the end of the line and you are feeling like you have taken everything you can possibly take. You've spent all of your energy, you've been as creative as you can be, you've done everything you know how to do, and it just wasn't enough. And now you feel defeated and you're just lying face down on the ground thinking just do me in. You know, I can't carry anymore. You're either lying face down or you're trudging up a hill like Sisyphus trying to push some big rock to the top just so it rolls back down again and you have to go and do it all over again. It's a very heavy, dark energy. And this is also a time where, with this heavy feeling, that you need to reach out and ask for some help. You can't do this on your own. And it feels like you're doing it by yourself, but you're truly not. You need to reach out. If you're in a situation to where you're handling the weight of everybody's world on your shoulder, it's time to delegate that back out to them. Say, you all need to take care of your problems and you need to deal with it. All of your little circuses of monkeys are not mine to watch out for. They're yours. So start to push that back. You've got to pull your energy back in and start to look out for yourself. Not in a selfish way, because that's not selfish. It's self-care. Self-love is whenever you say, I have had enough. I can't take anymore. You all need to take your stuff back. It's not mine to carry anymore. Now, of course, with your family and children, it's a totally different scenario, and you do realize that. But there's a lot of stuff that you're walking around with that's not even yours. And for whatever reason, over time, especially if you're empathic, you've taken that on as yours. It's like, well, it's my cross to bear. Or two, it's my cross to carry, excuse me. No, it's not. It's not yours. You have yours, everyone has theirs. Let them carry their own. So the Ten of Wands, it's heavy, heavy. It's there's no joy. No joy. Whatever you used to like, you don't feel it anymore. There's just it's it's just all pain and no play. I mean, it's sad. And that's the energy that you may be in right now for any number of reasons, however it's playing out in your life. But stop and acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge it. Don't say, I'll just keep going, I'll keep going. You have to stop and say, I can't do any more. It doesn't make you a failure to say that. It makes you a real person that knows your limits and knows, and you know that you've reached them. It's okay. We all have those. It's time to let a lot of that go. Push that back on other people. It's not your job to solve all their problems. The second card that came out is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. And this one is about another sad card in Rider Waite. It shows the person there with their head down and there's these cups and they're kind of just walking away. It's walking away from it, moving on. Delegate the stuff back, say, I can't take anymore, I'm done, and know when it's time to walk away from that, whatever it is. If it's a relationship and you have just become a beast of burden in that relationship where everything's been piled on you, drop those piles of stuff off and just move on. It's time to leave it. You have to. If it's in a job, and I hate to say this, but I do. If it's in a job that it's too much. There's no passion, there's no joy. There's nothing left except a paycheck. And even that doesn't even do you any good. It's time to consider your next move because everything right now is happening for a reason. It's a time for a transition and change. And the things that we have to change from, and again, I'll say, this is hard for me to say this. The things that we have to transition from are often the things that have been our foundational stones for way too many years. We've become so comfortable with them, we can't possibly think of life without them, even though they've not made our life any better. We've become slaves to it, slaves to a person or slaves to a paycheck. Is that what we were brought to earth to do? Was just go through the motions of everyday life and have to have money and this and that? I mean, we need money, of course, but there's got to be a better way. It's time to stop and think about what would be the better way. If this is happening for our divine highest purpose, we need to be asking our team, what is that? Open the door where I can see it. Help me get out of this hell that I'm trapped in. I don't know what to do. It's okay to do that. The third card really comes in alignment with that. And this is the, oh, hard to get it off the table. This is the Two of Swords. This is that making a decision. And in the Rider-Waite deck, you have the lady there that has the blindfold and she has the two swords and she's thinking and thinking. And you can get the impression that she doesn't know what to do. She has her swords raised. And this one, if you look really closely at it, you have the dragon there sitting there, and he's holding his sword, and behind him is the moon. He knows what to do. He has the intuition. He's received the information. So the moon is definitely, the energy is there behind this. He's holding his sword, and he's deciding what his next course of action will be. He has two options. He can either stay where he is, or he can move on to something else. And he knows what he should be doing. He knows what he wants to do, yet something still holds him back. And because it's swords, it's very much ingrained in his thoughts. There's a lot of mental play going on with this. And that's where it would be with you as well. And whatever you're facing right now is you're like, what do I do? It's a hard decision. I don't know what to do. I know what I want to do. I know what I'm feeling drawn and led to do, but can I do it? Is it a smart move? I've invested so many years, so much money, so many things in what I'm currently doing. Is it the right thing to do? I'm scared. I don't know. And that's where you could be right now. So that's the current energy that you're in and what you're facing with the three tarot cards, what came out. What I want to do now is pull some clarifiers using two different oracle decks. The first one is Star Dragons, and the second one is Dragon Wisdom. So the clarifiers for the tarot cards. Oops, that one just fell out. So I'm just randomly pulling three here. This just gives a little more information, and we'll see what it does. All right, the first one is inspiration. The second one is transformation. You can't make this up. And the third one is transcendence. So I could just say use your intuition. And these, wow, the first one is three, inspiration. The third one is three, transformation. And then the last one is 10, transcendence. So we've had, I'm doing threes. We've had the 10. Okay, I see how this is going to go. So the 10 of Wands, clarifiers is inspiration. In the moment right now when you're feeling completely beaten down and you're just oppressed and depressed and feeling repressed and compressed, I mean all of it's going on right there. You are getting the inspiration to say it's time to get myself up and shake myself off and just walk away from this. What can I be doing? And when you're at your lowest point, the only thing you can do is look up. And it's like the verse says, I will lift up my eyes into the hills from whence cometh my strength, or something, how it goes like that. And that's what you're doing. And that's where your inspiration is going to come from to say, it's like your team is saying, okay, are you done? Have you had enough? You ready for us to poke you and turn you over? Or are you going to get up and shake it off and do something? And that's where the inspiration's coming from. You are being inspired to make a move. And that's what's causing that two of swords in your head moment. It's like, I have two options. I know what I'm supposed to do, but what's it going to be? The second one was transformation, and that's what this is all about. This whole thing that the world is going through. It is a transformation, but it also happens at the individual level of where you are, your own life. Your life is transforming. Everyone else's lives are transforming to some degree, and that's creating a whole worldwide transformation happening because we're all connected energetically, and what one person feels and experiences, everybody does to some extent, and it impacts their energy. So this is a time of transformation. And on this card, you see the person standing in front of the dragon, and he's doing some training there and transforming that relationship that he has with that dragon. And this is about the transformation of your relationship with your spiritual team. Of who are you listening to? Because that's where your inspiration's coming from. That's where your intuition is being fueled by. So this is about right now when you feel that you're all alone, reach out to the other side and pull your team in and get a very close relationship with them. They want that. They're here to help you, and they will help you. And that's the transformation, not only happening within yourself, but also the transformation of the relationship you have with the spirit realm, with the other side. The spirit realm can truly move heaven and earth. They can do all of that. You know, the verse, why is this coming to my head? That if you have faith the size of a grain of mustard seed, you can move mountains. Think about that. Mustard seed, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It is the smallest little speck of seed ever. And you think, how could that possibly move a mountain? How it moves a mountain is that through your faith, you reach out to the other side and connect with them. They're the ones that moves the mountain. You just have to ask and really believe it's going to happen. And they can make all kinds of miracles happen. They can work that out. And that's what they'll do with you as well. And that's part of this transformation, transforming you from just feeling like I'm a earth being stuck here. There's nothing I have going on to realizing that you are a highly powerful light being that's connected to the other side. And with them and you working together, there's nothing that you can't achieve. If you can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. That comes from a Salt and Pepper song, right? I don't know. It works. We're just gonna go with it. The last card is transcendence. And that's what happens as a result of that transformation. You transcend the physical here and now to connecting with the other side, where there is just immense power there for you to help you alchemize whatever it is you want to create in your life. So the people that are online selling all these courses of how to transform your, how to manifest the life of your dreams and transform this and that for only, $99 or for the next 2 hours, 19 bucks, whatever. There's tons of those. Everybody's trying to make money off something. They're trying to make money from you. That's what they're manifesting, your money for them. And it works for them. So blessings on them. But you don't need that. Work with your team. Let them guide you and direct you, and you will manifest the life of your dreams because number one, it's your dream. And your team will work with you in a way that works for you. Not follow these 5 easy steps. And I'm sorry I'm harping on that right now, but there's a lot of people that are absolute frauds that are taking advantage of people for their money, all through the guise of spirituality. It's wrong. I understand why they do it. They have to make a living, but so do you. So connect with your team and do your transcendence, transcendence, and it's achieving success. Success for you. Now, this is one more thing I want to talk about really quickly. What does success look like for you? How do you define success? Because the law of attraction defines it this way. Each of the different teachers out there, and I've worked with some, and they're amazing. And I had good success because they worked with me on an individual basis and they let me define what I felt was success. And they helped me with that. Now, they had a hard time getting me to define success because I didn't even know what it was. I thought it was what everybody else wanted. And they could tell. Like, I worked with the manifestation coach last year, and she could tell really quickly. I had no idea what I was trying to say, but she listened to what I was saying and she used my own words to say, well, based on this, this is what success means for you. And I'm like, that's absolutely right. And it wasn't anywhere like what other people were saying because it was my success. I worked with a life coach during the pandemic. Same thing. I had a hard time trying to get me to define what does love mean to you? Well, that took a long time because I was really messed up on that one. All these types of things that comes down to you. How do you define something for you? That's what your team's trying to work with you on. That's where your transcendence happens. You transcend out of the definitions of everyone else in the world all around you and what they're trying to do to what's right for you. And what is authentic and right for you is what you came here on earth to achieve and do. You are a unique person. There's only one of you. There's only one soul and spirit, just like you. You have your own unique energy vibration. On the other side, you don't have a name. They don't have to know your name. They know you by your vibration because it's unique. It's like a fingerprint. No one else has that. That means no one else has the same definitions that you do. So you have to really use this time of change. If you're being ripped out of something that you've been stuck in for a long time, it's for a reason. It's for you to find, what do you want to do? Who are you? What's your definition? Because that's what your team wants to bring to you. So the definition of abundance may not have any dollar signs at all on it because that's not what's important to you, possibly. You're like, no, abundance for me is having a tribe that I belong to, people that I spend time with, and I have a passion or a hobby that just brings me so much joy. With that in my life, I don't need anything else. My life is abundant as a result of that. Because we have been conditioned to work and work for money, 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 money. Everything has a dollar sign. Everything can be bought. Everybody can be bought. It's sad. Has that made you happy? Think about that. Has it made you happy? Or has it bound you to a job strictly for the money and you hate the job? I think it was Bob Proctor that once said, going to work or getting a job is the worst possible way to make a living. I thought that's weird, but he's right. You should you should focus on where your passions are because when you're in sync with your passion, your destiny, your mission, everything else works out. The divine takes care of all of that. You always have what you need to get through life and feel abundant. Now, having what you need and having what you want are not the same things because having what we want is often defined by what other people have. I want what they have. I'll have what she's having, you know. But it's about you and your life. And this is the time to focus in on that. What do you want through this transformation that you're going through? Because that is what you're transcending into. It's a transformation to transcend into a new way of living your life, a life that you define, that's based on your dreams, your passions, not what other people have said you should do. Their lives aren't happy either. Look at their lives. Do you want to really live that way? More than likely, no. So, I'm sorry, I will step off my soapbox now. So, those are the three oracle cards, and I wanted to do, I want to pull three crystals. And again, I pulled three, and I'm going to do these kind of a collective thing. But these are crystals that right now can really help you as you're processing all of this. And how I do this is I have a big jar. It's taken me a while to collect these to get palm-sized crystals, all the same size. And I worked with a buyer out of China, and we had video conferences, and they would go through and they would hold them up, and I was selecting each and every one of them and buying these. So they sent them. So I have a big thing. I don't look. I reach in there and I feel around to see what calls to me. The first one is Serpentine. Now, this is Serpentine. And this one, and as I go through these three, I want you to listen to some of the similarities that they share because there is a theme here on this. So, Serpentine, this has a strong connection to Mother Earth, that great grounding energy that right now we need. If you are spending a lot of time up in your head and the swords, just worried, 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 we need some grounding. What I do is I actually go outside when it's not snowing. And I walk outside barefooted and I stand there and I truly feel the difference. I also have one of those grounding mats on my bed that I sleep on that I guess works. I haven't, been electrified or anything, so that's good. But I also have a mimosa tree that I planted some years ago. It's big. I love that tree. I go out, I stand next to it, and just standing next to it, I feel this wave of energy. It's just calming and soothing. And it's just, That tree works for me. It's a great tree. But this also serpentine strengthens the bond with the environment around you. Now you're picking up the energy of all the people around you, the collective energy, but this can help to connect you with the grounding energy around you to offset that. Because remember, when you come in contact with negative energy, and we have a lot of that right now, the fear and the doubt and the criticism and the fighting, that's a very low vibration. And when you connect and you get in around that, it brings your energy down. It averages it downwards. So you really want to stay connected to the earth. So serpentine does that. And this one has a very strong connection to the crown chakra. And so that is the wisdom and, retrieving lost memories, which I don't remember what we had for lunch yesterday. So that might be good, I guess. I don't know. But it also works with intuition very strongly. And this one, it does have a strong connection to the crown chakra, but it's not really that closely linked to any other specific one because it works on all of them to help align all the chakras. So it's a really great stone. I'm happy this one came out. And it also creates a coherence and a calm throughout the body. And when you're in a lot of stress and worry, you need some calm. You need to feel like it's going to be okay. So serpentine can help with that. I don't know, maybe if we swallow it, it'd be pretty big, but it might give that calm for a longer period of time. The second stone that came out is, okay, swallowing, that was weird. I'm sorry about that. But, I don't know. It's like we need all the calm we can get. That's what I'm trying to say on that. Rainbow Moonstone, and this is a beautiful stone, and this harmonizes and balances the body. And as well, it encourages greater empathy. Now, it's because of the empathy that you're feeling so much energy right now, but it encourages a greater empathy in a very healthy way, in a balanced way. So this also helps with self-confidence, think dragon energy, and also creativity. So in the card we had for, inspiration, this is about creativity. And Rainbow Moonstone, it helps with that creativity as well. So it also has a connection with higher psychic beings. And I was talking about in the transformation card about creating that relationship with the other side, the transformation that's taking place and working with your team. Rainbow Moonstone can definitely help connect better with the psychic beings that are there. And it also aids in the conversation with spirits, again, spirit team, and it enhances intuition and wisdom. All right. So you catching the theme on these? This is the third one. And I was very happy this one came out. This is Lapis Lazuli or Lazuli. Depends on where you're from, how you say it. This is a very powerful, vibrating stone, and it stimulates the third eye for greater enlightenment and spiritual wisdom. So again, we have that intuition, third eye, crown, the whole area. It strengthens the connection with the spirit realm. It aids in psychic abilities. It helps remove negative thoughts and anger. You may have a few negative thoughts and some anger right now. Just saying, this could help. It also encourages harmony and balance for greater happiness and well-being. So these stones are in alignment with the reading, all from the runes all the way through to the stones. They're in alignment with this, saying right now what you're going through, this strengthens this idea of you need to connect with the other side. That is the answer right now for all of us. We have to strengthen our connection to the divine because that's where the answers are going to come from. We can't control anything around us. We can't control the powers that be and the changes that are taking place. It is unfortunate that with the promise of change and great things often comes the heartbreak of reality of that's not the way it's playing out. And it may not for a long time, if ever. But we don't know, we don't control tomorrow, but we can connect to the divine that does control tomorrow. And that's that grain of mustard seed, that little bitty grain of faith that moves mountains. And so that's what we have to do right now is strengthen your connection to the divine. However you define that, whatever that is for you, whoever you work with on the other side. If you have a person or a team, a deity, whatever it is, and when you reach out to them, they help you strengthen that connection because that's what's going to get you through this. And as you work with your team, your spiritual team, ask them to give you guidance, to give you a direction forward that if what's happening is going to play out, what do you do next? You want to know, and I believe they will show that to you. I believe that for other people more than I believe it for myself sometimes, actually, because it's hard to see for ourselves. But that's this collective message. It's hard times. We're going through some weird stuff. It's affecting everybody individually. People's lives are being changed. People's lives, they're feeling like they're being destroyed. They're losing things that they've always had. Jobs are being taken away. There's all kinds of transitions taking place because of the economy. Companies are downsizing, rearranging, they're doing whatever, and it's all based on money. Money. That's what drives everything. Don't let it drive your life. You deserve and you're worth a lot more than that. It's time to work with the other side to them to help you understand what does abundance mean to you? What is your goal? What's your dream? Because that's what they want for you. They want your goal, your dream for you. When you connect with that and you get in alignment with that, all the other stuff, the money or whatever's needed, they're going to take care of that. Let them worry about that. That's what's tearing our world apart. It's because of money. Largely, it's money. And that should not be our concern when we're here on earth. We're here to be happy and to live a life and to learn and grow and connect with other people and to be the best possible people we can be. We're not here to collect as much money as we can. You've never seen a hearse going to a cemetery pulling a U-Haul. You can't take anything with you. Money is just a form of energy. Use your energy more wisely and figure out what you want it to be. Anyway, that's the collective message. Thank you for following me on the metaphysical journey. And my thoughts are with you. You're not alone. And regardless of what you may hear from employers or for other people, emails coming through, you do matter and you do make a difference. You've always made a difference. Don't let anyone try to convince you otherwise. Have a good night. Bye.